Howdy guys, producer Brendan here, butting in for just a moment. With my workload on other projects increasing, I'm handing off the editing job for Deadlands to Cody, which in my opinion will probably make the overall product better because knowing what you want to keep in and out is not something that I as a player can make the call on. Just wanted to give some heads up as there may be some growing pains as Cody gets accustomed to editing, and we'll figure it out. Alright, go ahead and enjoy Deadlands.
Howdy partner, and welcome to a Paradise Lost podcasting channel. This here's your marshal, Cody. My pronouns are he, they. Joining me as we put the weird into Weird West is...
Hi, I'm Christina. Pronouns are she, they is fine as well. I am playing Emerson Drez. She runs the local theater, and as you will come to learn, she has kind of a paranoia or phobia of birds.
Hi there everyone. My name's Brendan, my pronouns are he, him, and in this game I'll be playing John Liberty, the high-kickin' sheriff of Caliente.
Hi, my name is Britt. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Cassidy Burke, but her friends can call her Sid. Cassidy's a widow who owns a bar, and she always carries a Zippo but doesn't smoke.
Hey guys, my name's Tyler. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Jackie Dawson, kindly and gentlemanly barber of Caliente.
Hey, this is Michaela, she, her, playing Doc Cavell, and she is the town doc who does the best she can in these violent times to walk the line of not adding to the cycle of death, which can be difficult sometimes.
Hi, I'm Alex. I go by he, him. I'm playing Samuel Mammon as the town preacher, a man of spirit and soul and family.
And without further ado, we present to you Deadlands, a fistful of ghost rock. When last we left off, Jackie had some choice words as he stumbled out of the portal into this large cathedral in the hunting grounds. Looking around, it is almost like a Gothic artist interpretation of Samuel's Parish. It's bigger, broodier, more depressing. The floorboards beneath your feet seem to glow a faint, familiar blue, as the walls lined with planks that almost look like they're bleeding rise to immeasurable heights that just disappear in the shadows over your head.
When you say they almost look like they're bleeding, like there's kind of a viscous fluid coming from between the boards, or like cracks, or...
At first glance, yes. At second glance, it's not there anymore.
Fun. Okay.
It's kind of like a fog.
Is it like fully enclosed like a building, or is it kind of like just bits and pieces that like suggest a building, but
it is fully enclosed.
Okay.
Like y'all are, as far as you can tell, in a complete building, a complete structure.
And I assume Samuel has never been in this version of his parish
that he remembers. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of goes without saying.
There are whispers. Some sound like confess. Others are screams, like a scream that sounds like it should be a mile away, but you can tell it's coming from inside the room. In the center of the room, resting on the pulpit, is a small charred skull. The skull looks familiar to Jackie. Looks like that one that she saw in your nightmares recently. I know telling two skulls apart is, child's work when you get dealt as many cards as Jackie does. But it gives you you get the feeling that it's like, yes, that is a thing that I have had in my hands before.
Jackie very much isn't really speaking, but is looking around very much like a caged animal, like a cornered, wounded animal, just kind of like trying to process his situation. Not frightened, but almost in distress. Clearly,
Sid, you're relatively normal for this bunch. How are you dealing with where you find yourself?
I wouldn't say she's like scared of what's going on or anything like that because it's definitely new and weird, like the whole situation.
Would anybody like to investigate further? Look around, get on the going. What's the vibe?
I think I would love to make an investigation roll. And actually a notice roll, if I may. Take in the nuances of my surroundings.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I don't know, occult?
Yeah, I was going to ask about also.
Occult or knowledge or something?
Yeah. Do any of those work?
Actually, how good is your occult, Alex?
D10?
Okay. As a skill, I can use that for my thing, right? Where I can buff somebody's rolls, right?
I believe so.
It's been a while. We haven't played in a month. Inspire. It's to support one type of trait roll and apply it to all allied extras. And
I'm gonna go ahead and roll my my notice roll real quick, if that's okay.
Yeah, bud, go ahead.
Or 4, rather.
4. 4 is a success.
What are allied extras?
NPCs that are on your side.
So would that apply to us?
Y'all wild cards.
Yeah, y'all are wild cards, which she has a thing that lets her apply it to wild cards. Allied extras would be like town folk.
Yeah, I can do it because I have gone like full tilt into this. Basically, you guys, like any wild cards, any allied extras, I can apply
Or
all
NPCs
my abilities
to you?
to.
Is that it?
I can apply all my abilities to everybody.
All right.
Truly chop liver.
Yeah. So what
Okay.
do I do technically? Like I've S10
Yeah.
plus something?
Christina's supporting you, so first she would roll a...
I have a D6 in a
Do it.
I said I have a D6 in occult, so I don't know if it's the actual attribute or if it is the skill.
So you would roll the skill, and then you would give Sam a +1 if you get a success. A raise adds +2.
So I guess the way Emerson would help, would help Samuel with this is just kind of like rattling off different occult things that she just randomly knows, maybe pointing some things out that look like they might have an occult basis to it.
That's +3.
Yep. And Jackie, yours was a investigation.
Notice.
Jackie, I'll start with you first. You notice a red mist of some sorts kind of coalescing on the floor at your feet. It's maybe like sole's depth, like the sole of your boot. So like an inch thick on the ground, just at first glance. Again, that skull sitting on the pulpit looks, I don't want to say important, but out of place. Out of place sounds right. You do see doors at the what can only be assumed is the front of the building. They seem to be barred with a heavy latch that's too big for a single person to move. But other than that, that's about the depth of what you notice. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just...
No, just trying to get my bearings. Jackie will kind of like kick the mist away from his feet when he notices it, and like maybe go to maybe just like knock the skull off of that pulpit.
As Jackie goes to knock the skull off the pulpit, Emerson finally lands on a occult knowledge that strikes a chord with Samuel, just from her photographic memory of reading through the occult books before coming through here. Says something about an ebon skull. Samuel, that kind of strikes a chord and gives you a flash of a malevolent benefactor controlling large hulking figures of bone.
Okay. So do I have an instinct that like we should or should not interact with the skull and or remove it from where it is or break it or something? I guess what I'm asking is, would I have the instinct to be like to stop or or would I kind of be like, yeah, that's the right path. Let's just let him do that.
You don't know.
Don't know. Okay, fine.
Whatever your gut tells you to do. Because yes and no.
I see. Yeah. Do I see any big bone anything around here that seems like it could reflect potentially some version of what I saw in the flash?
You don't.
Okay. One last question just about the surroundings. Like I know you said this is basically like we're in this chapel, it's enclosed. Are they like solid walls or is it like stained glass windows there? Like
There are this place is larger than life, almost. So like there are sharp obsidian stained glass windows, if you can call stained glass windows made out of obsidian glass.
Okay.
Kind of above where you'd naturally be able to reach. Like y'all might be able to reach one if you stood on each other's shoulders.
Okay.
But
So like 10 feet up or something.
yeah.
Okay.
Built for giants.
Cool. Are we under any in particular? Like where we are?
Under what?
Under one of these windows? Or are they kind of offset from us and we're in like the space between them? I guess what I'm getting at is like I think Samuel's instinct with that flash now and a little better understanding of the surroundings is like if something came through the window, like would that come down right on us or like spray us with obsidian glass, or would it like land in front or behind us?
Y'all would be safe.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I probably took enough time and that's probably a good turn, so
All right. Jackie still smacking that skull?
Yep.
All right. As Jackie goes to smack the skull, like you're just like batting it off, right?
Oh yeah.
Dope. It hits the wall, and then instead of bouncing to the floor, floats in the air, staring directly at you again with that familiar paint blue flame in its eyes.
the bird, kill it.
And it lets out a blood-curdling scream. Everybody roll me fear checks, which are spirit rolls.
Oh no.
Just flat spirit rolls.
What have you done to us?
Oh,
I fucked up is what I did. Welcome to my dump stat, guys. My spirit's trash.
No.
It's just a flat spirit roll.
I believe so.
Is it gonna be like it can raise or not?
Yeah, you can raise on it.
Okay.
Oh, give me one sec, because there are special fear rules for being in the place where we're at.
Oh, joy.
You get modifiers.
Nailed it.
Everybody takes a -4 penalty.
Ew. Gross.
So just do the normal roll and then do -4.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Alright, so you want me to reroll?
Nah, you're good.
I failed.
Way to go, Jackie.
I rolled the highest I could on my die and I failed.
Oof.
I want to use a Benny and re-roll that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Neat.
I would, but it would just give me another 4.
No, if they can explode.
Yeah, you can explode your wild card
I
6.
think I would rather save my bennies for something else.
You would.
I have a question. With that penalty, do I still get a success with my roll?
Yeah, taking 4 away from yours still gives you a 5. You're still good.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to re-roll, Cody?
No, you don't have to. Unless you want to. I don't know. I'll give you the option. Right now, you are failing.
If it makes you feel better, I
Well-
think so far, Doc Val, and Samuel are the only ones that are passing.
They are.
I will spend... Nah, I don't think I'm going to get any better than that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll spend a Benny and roll again.
I just didn't want to have a negative.
Did I miss when the -4 came into play?
The -4 is in play because y'all are in.
Because we're in Spirit Lands, dude.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to re-roll then, or?
Yeah, you can go ahead and re-roll.
Because we're in the yeehaw upside down.
Looking good, John.
I'm gonna use a Benny.
Nice.
Hooray!
Success is a success.
Okay.
Hey, half succeeded, half failed. So,
All right. So we got Jackie, Sid, and Emerson failing, correct? As of right now, y'all are shaken. Pretty much that means you don't act on the first round. As far as what's going on, you all, Jackie, you get overcome with flashes of that familiar memory.
Yeah.
You know which memory?
Yeah.
Sid, you are overcome with the memory of the death of your late husband. Meanwhile, Emerson is being swarmed by a tornado of blackbirds. None of y'all see the blackbirds, but Emerson, you see the blackbirds. They're real to you.
this is
That's real dangerous to us.
I was about to say this is really unfortunate because that's gonna pop the gun.
As this shrill scream goes out, you all hear the floorboards beneath your feet creak and groan as mounds of shattered and broken bones burst forth from underneath the pulpit. The bone shard wave does a lap around the sanctuary, making it clear that you are all closed in as it coalesces around the ebon skull in the corner of the sanctuary, staring Jackie down as it dissipates into the rib cage of this coalesced bone mound. It takes a step forward and brandishes, like slings its arms down, brandishing scythes for hands as the red mist rises to your knees. Those of you that are of right mind can see screaming faces moaning in agony, but no sound escapes it. All you can hear is the loud crunching and cracking of bones that approach you. Give everybody a second to absorb that, and then we'll go into initiative. Does anybody want to do anything before we get into initiative play? Any last second role playing before we combat for a bit?
John is going to stare at this thing, start stretching his legs, and like get this big shit-eating grin on his face. Ah, yes, my time to shine.
Can Samuel? I mean, can we sense that which of the others are here with us and which are lost in their horrors?
I'm about to make it real obvious for Emerson.
Yeah, before we go into combat, those of you that are lost in your horrors, what is everybody else seeing?
Emerson, with her brass knuckles, is going to start trying to punch these birds, but I assume they're not going down.
I mean, they're going down, but it is very much a fruitless effort. Like, it seems like everyone you punch down, another one just takes its place.
Cool. When that happens, it's like, fuck this. And she takes out her Winchester and just
start blasting. Jackie is going to stare dead serious at the creature approaching, and then will calmly straighten himself, brush himself off, and pull two straight razors from his jacket. I see you've come for me at last. Fine. Take me then. And he'll enter a combat stance.
Sid, what's going on with you?
You said Sid is being overwhelmed with the memories of her husband's death.
Yeah, like specifically the day he died, and those very raw emotions are like fresh open wounds.
I guess she would just kind of stand and stare at the ground for a moment. Now, obviously, when Emerson pulls out the gun, she's going to try not to get hit by any bullet, but I don't think she'd really have anything to do unless she hears the boning coming closer or whatever. Like, do we see that?
You do not.
Okay. So then, yeah, she would just probably stop and just kind of look extremely upset down at the ground. Like, she's probably playing something in her head, or at least trying to gather herself together.
As a reminder, you can use bennies to recover from shaken if y'all did want to act in the first round of combat.
Do you just auto recover?
Yeah, you just spend the benny and you auto recover.
That's what I'll spend my benny on.
I have a question. Logistical question.
I've got an answer.
So, if I decide not to recover from being shaken right off the bat, I have -1 when my phobia is near to trait tests. I assume in my head, since I think these are real, that phobia debuff would apply.
Yes. But because you're a wild card on your turn, that's what you do is recovering from shaken like automatically.
Okay. I feel like I need to save my bennies because I can also give my bennies to other people. So I am not gonna.
Yeah. And you do get bennies for something, so I will throw those out there.
Just a medicine question, I suppose. Is Doc Val able to heal the shaking status on people if they don't heal themselves? I can't recall.
Hysteria, give them a Quaalude. I don't believe you can heal shaken. I think Emerson can heal shaken.
I can give buffs to it to like recovering from it. They get a plus run to recover against it.
Yeah. Like the way shaken works with y'all being wild cards, there's really no purpose in healing somebody's shaken because by the time you use your turn to heal their shaken, they could use their turn to heal their shaken. You know what I mean? All right. Emerson, you've got a 7 to give away to somebody. Did you want to give it to Bone Daddy to drop him down below Jackie, or the mist that you don't know what it's doing yet?
What stance would a Joker go out? Do they automatically go first?
They go whenever they want.
Got it. Okay.
Which you giving it the 7 would put it in a set place in the initiative.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about doing that. I'm just looking at what everybody at with Val's at 2, 6. Nobody else is. I think I'm gonna give the 7 to Mist, just so we know when it's gonna go and we can expect the weird.
Okay. So 7 goes. The Mist goes after Jackie, but before Sid. So first up is Emerson or John. Since y'all drew the same card, you can pick whichever one of y'all you want to go first.
I have a quick question. Everybody's using guns but John, right?
I do not.
I also do
Use
not.
those.
The ladies are using guns.
I'll say I can use guns or I can be the flame.
It's more of a question because my benefit to adding +1 to like checks and stuff like that is to all of my allies.
Right,
so I wanted
you're
to pick
fine.
something that was used by most people.
I feel like helping people get out of their fear or whatever might be good, but I also didn't quite hear how many people use pennies to get out of that. So.
I'm planning to use one just so I can be able to do something this round.
Huh.
So as a gauge of what people were going to use the most of. Tyler, are you using fighting then?
Yes, I use knives.
All right, I'll figure it out then. So, I need to so I can still do action. Basically, Emerson pulls out the gun, and you see her rotate it towards like Sid, and then she pauses right when she's about to pull the trigger. She's like, "Oh fuck!" and then looks over and goes fire at the Bone Daddy.
All right.
Sorry, still trying to.
You're looking to hit a 4.
And as she's shooting, she's gonna look over at after she does her shot, she's gonna look over at John and see that Jackie's pulled out blades. He's like, "Okay, guys, just go for the weak points, and you got this." And I'm gonna roll for my boon for, I guess, fighting if I can do both things.
Yeah, we can let you get that boon off.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it because my fighting is only a D4, but we'll see.
Is that just for this round, or is that like for a while?
It's for this round. I can pick something different every round.
Okay. Because I've got to put deflect on myself before I can actually attack.
Okay. Yeah, I can pick something different each round. I don't think it's gonna do anything. So, oh well.
Doesn't say anything. I don't think you get raises. I think that's the trade-off for ranged attacks. Raises don't give you extra damage. All right, so roll your damage.
Was the toughness 4?
You got to roll 4 to hit, and then you got to roll. Let me find the toughness.
It's exclamation point damage dice, exclamation point T, which is the opponent's toughness, and that's what the damage is. So I need to know what the opponent's toughness is.
Toughness is 11.
Damn.
I think I did this right. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a hit and a shaken.
So you said this was just all bones, correct?
Yeah.
Can I flavor the shot a little bit?
Please, absolutely. If you flavor it, I will give you a Benny.
So as Emerson shifts it and doesn't go after Sid, she looks at it, thinks about hitting the chest, and then goes up towards the shoulder area and just fires her round up there, trying to mess it up the arm so it can't like swipe anyone or do much with that arm.
Beautiful. The Bone Fiend takes a couple steps back as it recoils from the shot to its shoulder. It doesn't seem to show any pain, but you've definitely got its attention, for better or for worse. And it's going to spend a Benny to not be shaken. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
No, I think that's it.
All right. John, it's up to you.
I'm going to approach the Bone Daddy and get in. John just starts hopping on the balls of his feet as he's just like, okay, you's got this, let's go. And then he like rushes at it. As he's running, he seems to be a little bit lighter and harder to hit as he's used some of his internal kung fu energy to make him harder to hit. I'm basically just flavoring deflection.
Yeah, I dig it.
So that would be a spirit roll, I believe.
Your casting is based off of your martial arts, isn't it? Do you have a martial arts stat? Am I remembering wrong?
I think that my martial arts stat is my spirit.
Focus. Focus is your stat.
Okay.
Which is spirit.
Just as a weird reminder, because I did fighting this round, anybody doing fighting has +1, I think, to hit, and then I also have +1 to damage.
Damn.
The damage roll one is just if you're within range.
Okay. So I got a success. That would put my parry at a 10. And I believe that that's my whole turn. I think that doing deflection is like an actual action.
I don't like that it makes you I make you take a full turn to do that. If you want, you can take an attack at a -2. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll take being able to get a free attack in. So then that would be my fighting dice. So then that would be S12 -2. Because I'm very good at fighting.
-1, because you have a +1.
Oh, shit.
And that's going against their parry.
What is their parry?
They're at a -1 because they've got their scythe form. So it is a 7.
Wow, I am rolling. I'm using a Benny on that. Fuck that.
Did you roll a medicine roll, bud?
Yes, it was definitely a medicine roll.
For those listening in at home, John rolled a 3 on a D12.
Yeah, medicine roll.
No, dude, that was my wild dice. That,
right.
Yeah, my wild dice was a 4. My D12 rolled a fucking 1.
Medicine roll.
Rip.
Hey, it was success at least.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's how it goes sometimes, bud.
How many times am I allowed to use a Benny?
As long as you got bennies.
You're really that determined, huh?
Yeah, last try.
Maybe like a 3 again.
A 9.
There we go. That is a success.
Okay, so then I would roll damage to it, which you said
Yeah.
toughness was 11.
Correct.
Don't forget to add a +1. I don't do much, but I make sure everybody will know what benefits they get.
Give me just one moment.
Damn Skippy.
Cody, I know what I'm going to do if you want to start on that while he figures that out.
Let's give him his, because I think he's just got to look at how much damage he does.
Just heads up, I'm going to be doing the dealing.
Gotcha.
I pulled up the directions on that.
Oh, you motherfucker. Dealing, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's some jive turkey shit, Alex.
Uh-huh. You guys just didn't know what this character is about yet.
You know what? I can't knock the hustle.
So I'm rolling a D12 plus a D6 for damage.
Correct.
Oh, wait, no. I have to do D12 plus D6.
+1.
Nope. Like, 9 is good, but like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be, dude. The dice are telling you a story.
In the words of our generation, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that look like, John?
So that looks like John kind of bouncing up on his feet, and then he goes for a big old axe kick, and like it connects, but I feel like the thing just kind of like no-sells it. Like whenever a big dude at a wrestling match takes a hit and they just stare at the smaller guy.
That's exactly what it looks like. Like when Kane catches the Ric Flair chop.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Your friends are in trouble, Sam.
Yeah. I don't think that the dealing part is really like apparent to other people. That's like in his mind sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's just do that. So first thing I have to do is all right, well, first I have to spend a Benny. Second, the power I'm going to be going for is Entangle, which is novice level, but not on my list. And then it says I have to make a gambling roll, which I just did. So it says make a gambling roll, then draw 5 cards plus 1 extra card for a success, or 2 with a raise. I got a success, so I think I've got in here written somewhere the yeah. So I gotta draw my cards. So now I gotta make the best hand out of that I can. I think.
You are correct. I'm trying to
Which is
find.
not an amazing hand. That doesn't click. So it says Entangle is 2 power points.
Let's see. You drew the hand. You don't have anything with that lets you draw another hand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mega poker hand. You can only use the power points granted by the hand. Not your own pool when dealing with the devil. If you didn't get enough power points, you get 9. Oh man, you didn't get any.
I know.
Yeah, you didn't even get aces high.
No. Oh, that sucks.
All right.
All right. Well, you didn't get enough power points. Subtract how many power points you came up with from the spellcasting roll in the next step. So I didn't get any, so I'm gonna need to use. I'll be at a -2 for the next roll, I guess. So now make a spellcasting roll at a -2 for each rank above your current rank. So that's not a thing. So I'm going to be at a -2. It looks like. All right. So I need to do a spellcasting, which is a D12 -2. I got the success. It says.
Glad somebody's not rolling medicine.
Right. Samuel just stands firm in the middle of the room there and pulls out his book, his Bible, kind of flips through the pages and comes to some page on there and declares something along the lines of, like the walls of Jericho, you will fall. And like blinding white chains with meat hook things erupt from the ground and grab this thing and pull it and hold it in place.
Hey, what's that spell do?
Entangle allows the caster to restrain a target with whatever visuals hardness 5. If successful, the target is entangled. Victims may break free on their turn as detailed under Bound and Entangled on page 98. So entangled says the victim can't move and is distracted as long as he remains so. Breaking free, it says it uses grappling rules and initiates an opposed athletics roll, which I assume would be versus like my spellcasting or something. Yeah. So that's what he does.
Dope. Distracted. Subtracts 2 from all trait rolls until the next turn. And vulnerable actions and attacks against this target are made at a +2 until the end of the next turn. So everybody attacking gets +3. Well, Jack, you'll get +3. Everybody else gets +2.
+2 what?
Yeah.
You get +2 on your attacks against Bone Daddy.
80.
Just to give us a refresher, John, same. It is Bone Daddy's turn. All right, so he's got to make a strength or athletics. Well, an athletics or a strength -2. Let's see which one he's better at. He'll do an athletics.
All right. Is that opposed or he just has to?
He's just got to beat the 4. He's just got to succeed.
Okay.
That ain't no medicine roll.
God damn.
Does it at least take like one of his actions?
I believe it do.
Good. That's what I was hoping.
Let's see. Suede book. This is an action, and a success works just like breaking free from a foe.
I'm all about less opportunities for him to whack John and other friends.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
So did he just have to break the hardness then?
Yeah. The blazing white light meat hooks that grapple into Bone Daddy find purchase as they pull down into the ground, attempting to bind him down. the bones shift and snap under the weight of this holy magic. And with a few crunches as he maintains eye contact, jaw going slack, and his head tilting at John, he lets the chains pass through him and fall through the floor, dissipating. Jackie-O.
All right. I think I'm just gonna hit him real good. No frills and nothing.
All right. Make that medicine roll.
It's just a normal roll, right? With the S.
Yeah. You're doing the S, and you are trying to hit a 7.
Okay. Can I give you a fancy description?
Yeah, you give me a fancy description, I give you a Benny.
Jackie will steel himself and look upon the ossified father, and he will, gripping his blades tightly, swiftly jump forward and aim his slashes for like the connector joint between the upper arm bone and the shoulder, like right in that ball joint, with the skill of a man who's not unaccustomed to man killing, like right for that collarbone to the heart shot, and cut deep with both razors in one swipe as he falls downward.
Also, let's talk about how sassy Savage Bot got when you didn't give it a name.
Yeah, it yells at me.
Provide character name.
That's a hit.
Yeah, it is, and with the +3. So I think technically it's 2 razors, right?
No, because you had to hit a 7.
Also, Christina gave me a +1, I think, on damage as well.
That was included in your +3.
Okay, dope.
Because you got a +1, the +1 from Christina, and the +1 from your race.
Awesome. So that is a 12.
That is a 12. The ossified father figure is shooketh. Would you care to describe how you stagger him?
I think on the downward swing, halfway through the cut, the blades get like caught in the joint, and then utilizing the momentum of the fall, Jackie would split his arms as he fell and pop the arm out of the socket, so it's kind of like loosely hanging there.
Yeah, that works for me. As Homie shifts and grinds his bone arm into socket, Sid, how you gonna act? How you gonna handle that?
I'm gonna shoot.
All right, roll to shoot.
I lied. I'm going to actually do a burst.
Yeah, so spin your Benny and then doing a burst.
I'm going to do a zany Zippo trick.
Yeah.
So once Sid kind of takes herself out of her little trance that she got stuck in, she kind of looks up, sees this giant bone daddy, and just looks terrified. While she's kind of staring up at him, she reaches into her pocket of her skirt and pulls out a little Zippo lighter and like spins it a moment before flicking it open and prepares to throw this firepower. And then we get that +2 from was it from Emerson or from Jackie?
The +2 should be from Samuel.
From
Yeah, I
Daniel.
don't know if you still get that because he shook off the chains, though.
Oh, okay, I'm following now. Never mind.
But my buffs were only for fighting this go around.
I ain't worried about you.
I do get +1 from Grim Servant of Death.
Oh, the thing that will make you kill us if you roll badly?
It doesn't make you kill you. It just
Bro, if you have a medicine roll,
it does friendly damage,
bro.
and then Snake Eyes is 1d6
If you
damage.
have a medicine roll,
I mean, can't be much worse than if I go terrible on my deal with the devil rolls.
Yeah.
There was a chance I was like, no, I'm not going to shake it off. I'm just going to roll a die to see who I accidentally shoot. And then I come out of it.
Fun fact, John's got bad luck, so you would have accidentally shot him.
Yeah, you don't get to roll a dice for that. It just happens.
oh no, that's good. That means if Britt's Grim Servant of Death triggers, John will also be the one that gets shot.
Yeah.
Question, because I can't remember. Do I roll? Is it the
You
d6
roll-
because that's what the damage is for the burst? I don't use any of like the attributes or skills, right?
You roll your weird science to see if it goes off.
That's right. I knew I was missing a step. I rolled a 6. Oh wait, I get a +1 from Grim Servant too, don't I? Or is that not to hit? Never mind. That's only for damage. It's +1. It's +1 fighting, shooting, throwing, and damage causing powers.
And so the power points you're spending You got to spend 1 if you want to not hit John and Jackie. So that would be your 2 plus 1 to not hit them. And then you can spend an additional 2 to make it cause an extra d6 worth of damage if you would like.
Does the 6 hit or does the spell go off?
6 does go off. You just got to hit a 4 to go off.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure first before I did anything else. I didn't spend the points to make it better before. Am I still allowed to spend them now? I couldn't remember what we decided on that. Okay.
Yeah. I will decide to pump the power after you hit. And I'm assuming you spent the extra 1 to not hit your friends.
Yep, I already calculated that one. So I will spend the extra 2 to make it more powerful.
Yeah. It didn't raise, so you just do 3d6.
Jesus.
Wow.
Medicine roll or not medicine roll?
Firepower.
Not medicine. The opposite of medicine. She's unhealing people.
That's exactly what she's doing. She's unhealing that skeletal thing so hard.
All right, so Bone Daddy's gonna soak 3 of those. So
Also, I have written down that I had already spent some of my PowerPoints. Didn't I give everyone else a little mini disposable lighter so that way they could do first damage as well?
You did make a big lighter for everybody else. Everybody else has 1 big lighter.
They can also do the burst damage.
Okay, sorry. What does this big lighter do?
It lets you cast a burst spell for free.
It lets you do what I just did.
Except for you can't empower it and you can't make it selective.
And you can't add the +1 because I am a grim serpent.
Okay.
Typically, Alex, it is success creates a cone template starting at the caster and extending outward. Everything within suffers 2d6 damage or 3d6 with a raise.
Yeah, I actually have the spell. I just wanted to make sure I knew what the item did. And I got it now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody's got one, and it's a little disposable big lighter. It's not fancy like my
I'll
Zippo.
take it since I don't have to spend other stuff on that.
Now, what I don't remember is those points, they don't come back when used up, right, Cody?
Right. You can spend a Benny to recover 5. How many points did you use to make the big letters? I think it was 1 point per.
Yeah, because I had 6 points spent.
Okay. Yeah. So those points are gone and they'll stay gone as long as the big lighter in use. So even if you recover, those 6 have to stay allocated. It's like what's that thing you do with essence? Yeah, you're committing those points.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to verify.
Yeah. So Bone Daddy looks pretty rough as the burst take. Oh man, I forgot to make Mist go. I completely overlooked them. They were supposed to go at 7.
That's because Mist is hiding on the floor.
I guess you can say that you missed your opportunity. Target me with a mist. I deserve it.
Yeah, so Bone Daddy seems to kind of shamble a little bit. He's still standing upright with his good arm raised, poised to try to strike at John, but he is not used to having somebody stand up to him like this. Val, how are you going to act? This bone creature doesn't count as undead.
I figured as much through my awesome powers of deduction. I am concerned about the mist on the floor. Is that something Val could dispel?
That depends. Do you have the banishment spell? I don't think you do.
I don't think specifically banishment. I just have standard dispel.
Dispel would be like if you want it, you could cast that to not have Sam's chains grabbing you. But banishment is the specific spell I'm looking for this.
All right then. Well, since nobody's currently injured, I'm going to try to make it go boom like everybody else.
Right. Take a shot.
So I want to use my fancy little lighter that Sid has kindly provided for all of us. What is my specific role information needed for that? I like the demon be gone, Jeff. That's nice.
So you have to roll if it hits first, right?
No, because you made it and you've already committed to it being successful. Those just pop off. The thing is you can't exclude John and Jackie, so they're going to get popped off on as well.
Yeah, because when I use it, I can spend the points to exclude people from the fire, basically like a protective, not you. If you guys use it, it's literally just you're throwing a fucking
we're
Molotov
chucking a
cocktail
grenade.
and hoping no one gets hurt.
So you just roll straight 2d6.
Well, now that you put it that way, I'm not really wanting to hit.
Roll that 2d6. You already committed.
I hate that I can only do like one thing at a time, because I was going to say the alternative was I could just throw up a barrier for them and then do my little boom.
Tell you what, since you know magic, I'll give you the chance to make it selective, but you double the cost. So you would spend 2 power points to set it off. And the same would go for Sam.
Since I do have that handy knowledge of like general barriers, we're just going to let it cross over that way.
Yeah, like you kind of know what you're working with, kind of know a little bit of magic.
All right, so you said it's going to cost 2 power points, and then not as impressive as Sid's.
Yeah, not a 29 on 3d6.
What did you say that it costs how many points to carve out?
It costs 2 points because it normally costs 1 point to make it selective. It costs 2 points if you're using Sid's Bic lighters.
All right.
Would you like to describe how this goes, or would you like me?
You know what? You go for it.
All right. So, seeing Sid throw the gout of flame and pretty impactfully obliterate this goon, Doc Val tries to follow suit, but instead of doing a zippy zippo trick, she does a bad Bic throw and kind of lights and throws the flame, but the machine kind of disintegrates prematurely as it singes John's long curly hair. Just enough.
My hair!
Oh, sorry, zany Zippo trick, not Zippy Zippo.
This is why we keep a barber on the team. It'll be okay, John. I'm so sorry.
All right. Anybody got a toughness of 4 or lower?
Let me look. What is tough? Where is the tough?
I'm hard to kill. It's an 8.
Toughness is a derived stat.
This is actually very important right now. Since you're all around me, you all have +1 to your toughness.
Mine's a 7 with that +1 from Emerson.
Mine's a 6 with.
Mine's a 7 with. Well, actually, I don't know if I get my own +1 or not, but I still have a
5?
5 plus 1 from Emerson, so 6.
Oh, yeah.
So nothing happens. That's the end of the round.
Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not tell your friends, or hit the like button. If you loved it, or have ways we can improve, leave a comment on the episode, or a review to help us get out to more ears. I'm always looking for feedback to improve the show. Speaking of feedback, you could also send that to apairofdicelost on Twitter, or apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme music for this game is Born Barnstormers by Brian Boyko, used under a Creative Commons license. And finally, for making it this far, why don't you go ahead and refill all your bennies for the week.